Oh. Yeah. Ooh. Better run in it. What it does, what is poppin', what is crackin' lackin', everybody? My name is Big Uncle C. Feezy.
My name is younger version nephew Nosh Dog.
And I'm Uncle Dan, the uncle of these two nephews.
The man in charge.
The man in charge, basically.
And welcome to episode 90 of Bad Habits, the podcast. 90. Honestly,
90.
Like, that's kind of funny though, eh? Like, in a good way.
It's a couple.
It's quite a few.
It's pretty crazy, though. This was like just a little silly side thing. Well, not silly, but like something I've always wanted to do. And I think the thing with like podcasts and stuff in general is that like cunts typically just don't continue things over time. I mean, we're all, I think I can speak for Brad and I, but we've been, we've got that other podcast we've been doing for 7 years. We've been doing our music for 20 years. It's 2002 when I first started recording for the Battletown shit. Maybe even 2001 if you count the Marquia stuff. I'm not sure when that was. I think it was 02. So like we do things for a while, and coming up to 100 episodes, it's a cool little milestone, And I know it's just the three of us for the most part. We've had a few guests here and there. I mean, it'd be cool to know what people want to see. Maybe people want to see more guests because we just haven't really.
Don't really know.
Yeah, like not like don't want it, just haven't really bothered.
Yeah,
just kind of like
chilling.
Yeah, like
Going with flow.
Yeah, exactly. Just doing our shit. So we out here. Every man's is blessed.
Yes.
Big up everybody and the world and the stuff. I want to hug everything.
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
Gratitude.
Nice.
I guess we got the Ukraine going on here.
Yeah, literally.
Look at you guys, eh?
You know what I mean?
It wasn't even planned. We just consciously
did not actually. We're a Facebook profile picture thing.
We actually are. Oh my god.
Get it?
Genius.
All right.
Beautiful.
Right?
And has to be the bottom of the sandwich. You can lay on top of him.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, Dan gives me bottom vibes.
I'll put Craig on my shoulder.
Yeah. Put me on your shoulders?
Yeah, I'll put you on my shoulder. Then we'll take it. That'll be the thumbnail.
I'm scared.
That'll be the thumbnail.
All right. You heard that, guys. In like an hour and a bit, you're going to see it. Nosh, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, I got some sexy things courtesy of you and the beautiful haze gods at Missorum in Quebec. So I'm drinking the Better Run IPA. It's got all the good things in it, and I'm really happy to have this inside of my face. So thank you, dude.
You're so welcome. So what I found out was that particular beer, they had a series of single hop IPAs. I think it was called, it had the word single in it, I guess. And they put the 5 hops. If you check Untapped, it said it's the 5 hops in that beer are the 5 hops from their single run, which is pretty cool.
The previous version.
Yeah. So they combine them all.
Read it in French. Butcher everything, but yeah, they got Citra Galaxy, Simcoe, Mosaic, and Nelson Sullivan in there, which is the lineup for fucking IPAs, mate.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking solid.
Rips.
Mate, is it ever? So that's a beaut. Love that you're getting that. I just got the old Tweed Watermelon THC better. Tweed. I think it's Canadian.
Tweed,
It's not coming up.
Anyway,
what's a tweed?
You smell good.
Ooh, thanks, mate. Yeah, these are good.
We should have smell. Why don't we have? It's 2022, see Feezy. Why don't we have smell-o-vision by now?
You know what? You're fucking right. That's bullshit.
I know.
Caesar F. So that's what's up with that. Is there anything we want to like talk shit about before? I have no Yeezy news this week. I got Yeezys. I got one pair to sell. I'm finding it. I don't know why. It's not. I'd be losing money if I sell them right now. I don't want to lose money. I don't understand. Normally this shit goes way over. So I don't know what happened with the Wave Runners. I had one dude who said he was going to buy it from Reddit, and then he was like, I probably shouldn't spend that much right now. But I'm like, all right, bro. But like on StockX, I'd be losing $60 to $80.
Oh, that's not
by the time you lose the fee. I just don't understand. Like, why is this shoe now selling for lower than or about retail? I don't know.
It's very weird.
I don't know what's
like
going
the first
on.
restock of them as well. So
yes, I thought it would be like I hit 3 times. It's insane. I knew I should have done it, but because I got the retail, I should have just cancelled, left the draw from our 2 things. I just didn't think. I was like, I don't want to risk it, just in case something happens. Maybe the retail fucks me. Blah blah. Blah. I didn't want to risk not getting it, and now I know what to do. So I got to sit up. So if anyone wants a 12.5 Yeezy 700 Wave Runners, I'll do it whatever I paid for it. I'm not trying to make money. I just don't want to lose money on them because that's dumb. Or I'll just have to hang on to it for a bit until.
And have a second pair of drip, like some backup drip.
They call it dead stock, and I thought about that. It's called dead stock. So it's like if I leave them in the box, you don't take it anywhere. They don't get affected by oxidization. So Tiff's Zion, she has a 350 Zions, which is her first one that she got, and her soles were that sort of translucent, fucking white thing, and now they've yellowed.
Yeah, she told me about that.
Yeah, which is pretty whack. So I reached out to this. There's one on Saint Denis I want to go see. They can because you can do something where you put like this. There's this one company that's called like
hydrogen peroxide or some shit. There's some spray. I saw some dude cleaning shits. There's like some neon yellow spray comes to use to clean off anything.
Okay, so no, this is even different. So there's what you're talking about. There's shoe cleaner. So I use like crap for that. But there's this other one. There's this one was called. They had the dude's name was called Soul Sauce, like SOLE sauce, and it was basically it's this shit. And it's kind of, you can make it at home with like baking soda and stuff. And it's a paste. And you put the paste over the yellow parts, not on anything else, just over the part that's yellowed. You put like saran wrap, glad wrap, cling wrap, whatever everyone calls it, over it. And you got to leave it in the sun for like 24 hours. Or at least.
Bake that shit.
Maybe not in the sun for 24 hours. That doesn't make any sense. But somewhere warm for some time. And then apparently the UV rays removes that. Then you got to take it off. And then you scrub it with your scrubbing shit. And it gets rid of it. So
that's I don't know how they whiten teeth.
Probably is actually. Probably something similar where they just let it. That's probably why they have that light on it. They probably put some shit on it, put the fucking light.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking comparison.
That clicked. I was like, oh fuck, sounds like me poofs. I have the High Smile shit, the Aussie company.
Oh yeah, does it work?
Bought some of that ages ago. Yeah, honestly, it's ridiculous. I use it once and it's like fucking ultra light beam, going from English tea, coffee tea, teeth to fucking like blinding white fresh Air Force Ones at a white party. It's legitimately like it's like fairly wow. It's like 9 out of 10 wow.
And it's called What'd you call it?
High Smile. It's the very first one that came out. Like Conor McGregor used to like endorse it and shit. It's the some Aussie cunts that made it. And I actually ended up getting some crazy half price deal on some Cyber Monday shit back in the day, like might have even been like a full year ago, maybe even 2 years ago. Anyway, I bought like the extra big dog pack so I didn't have to fuck around and get these extras. And I've used like literally 2 or 3 times and it's dramatic. Like it's dramatic. Okay. It's good. So if I need to do like if you're coming downtown here and we're gonna film a video clip, I'm gonna fucking use it the day of the video, like 2 hours before the video, and you know, it's like I said, it's dramatic. It's pretty good.
It's not expensive either. What
in the fuck? So there's this whitening. So Dan's brought it up, dude. That's so crazy to hear that. I've always wanted to do it because my teeth are fucked.
Tell you, like it got advertised to me so heavily on fucking Instagram. I was like, you know what, mate? Fucking boom. And because they gave me 50% off, and it was an Aussie company, I was like, and they didn't charge me for shipping, cunt, to Canada. I was like, let's go.
And this was a while ago. Yeah.
This was literally like a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, they must have.
There's a few different things you can just swish in your mouth, and like, you know, there's a few more like, you know, quick and ready versions, but I think this one is the better one.
Yes,
a bit more involved and shit. It's pretty cool, dude. Anyway, teeth.
I'm so okay. I'm really gonna check for that. It's just highsmile.com. Highsmile teeth.
Highsmileteeth.com.
Okay, I'm just gonna add it to my.
It's the Canadian website.
The Canadian one.
Yeah.
I reckon High Season should do some ads for them because, like, honestly, dude, there's a lot of cunts that boost. Like, they had a lot of like,
influencer marketing shit.
Yeah, exactly. They had a lot of that going on, and I reckon that would have been a good fit for you cunts. I don't know why I didn't say anything. So I'm massive as cunt.
I feel like you can make I just didn't think it worked like that. I thought it was like
I've always heard about these things, but I didn't really.
Getting better and better as well. I've seen other products that have been like, oh, just fucking swish your mouth around, and but it must be full of chemicals. So you gotta look into that. But yeah, I don't know,
dude. That's really cool to hear. Thank you. I love it. Coffee has ruined my teeth and probably smoking when I was younger. So I would love to have something like that. And give it a bit of a fucking bit of a little
bit of a refresh. There's certain like Colgate toothpaste that I use even after a couple, like, you know, I have a cup of tea in the morning, brush your teeth afterwards. It just like it's dramatically, even from the regular toothpaste, like there's certain stuff that really work.
Interesting. All right, I'm looking into it, cunt. Thank you. That's great. Love it. A lot of them we went from Yeezys to teeth whitening.
Get your oral health tip, Uncle Nick.
Oral health tips. I wonder if that's an episode name.
Oh my god.
No, not yet. We'll keep going.
All right. Biggest laugh is the.
There you go. Okay. You're true. You're right. All right. Well, we have a bunch of shit this week. I don't know if we had anything else to get into first. Should we do the Will Smith, Chris Rock stuff?
Yeah.
Now, okay.
Might as well.
So obviously, we're not going to go into it. The
Everybody knows
happened during the podcast, so we didn't get to fucking talk about it last time. When we got off, we talked for a bit. No dipped.
The internet blew up.
So yeah,
Twitter was like...
It was actually from Scott. So me, you, and Scott had a chat, and Dan just left, and then you sent it, and I was like, right. And I'm like, because I'm having these THC drinks, you don't get lip, you get buzz. I'm a little like out of it. And I'm looking, is that what? Hang on. And I was like, Tiff, I couldn't even like say it, and I was like, I just have to show you. I was like, Chris Rock, Will Smith, Oscars. And she's like, what? I couldn't even. So I ran over, and I'm like, just look, and she's like. Like fucking, she's just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, so we were talking to you boys, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna tell Dan. Like, and you waited at me, you must have been eating or something, or done something afterwards, and you must have checked this like half an hour later. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
And it was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I couldn't believe it.
So the good thing I thought that we were just saying before we went on air was that obviously if we would have just been the same old cunts talking about this shit again. Now it's a week later exactly. Like almost to the fucking minute type of thing. And we've heard everybody's take on it. Everyone has said their piece, whether they are a podcaster, a comedian, an actor, or just whoever. Like I heard everybody talk about it. I imagine we all have. And we're all kind of sick of it. So maybe we could just echo the things that make sense for us. And maybe like our conclusions after seeing everything, seeing the conspiracy theories about it being set up and whether that has any credence to it. Seeing that second angle from behind. Did you see that second angle?
From Chris?
From when it happened, it was the main one was just the Oscars footage, but someone had their phone and was recording, and it showed Jada laughing when it happened.
Yes. I saw it.
And it looked pretty kind of crazy. So, like, where do we want to start? I didn't even sort of know how to attack this, because this is interesting.
Like, it's clear that the entanglement thing has made him lose his mind, I think. I think this is just like the edge, and he just got tipped over.
You know what? Okay, that's a really good point, and I think we should step back just a second then. First thing, was he right for doing? Was Will in the right? Because this is the main conversation, and then we can come into why he did it. I think that's a great point. I don't want to forget that. Like, the first thing, some people are like, you're the Team Will or Team Chris. The internet seemed pretty much 50-50 from what I saw. The argument for Will being like, that's how a man stands up for his woman. And then the other one is like, are you kidding me? He's a fucking comedian. Why? He's doing his job. You cannot walk onto this. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. You cannot hit someone when they're doing their job. Like, that's assault. Even if it was an open hand slap and it looked kind of like he just maybe got him with like the first knuckle or two type of thing. You can't do that. So, what do you guys think? Like, who was he right? Was he wrong? And then we can talk about why the issues, because that's a really, really good point. But yeah, where do you guys sit on this?
I think Will's in the wrong, hard wrong, personally.
Pause.
Yes, pause. But obviously stand up for your girl, whatever. But then like, what he said wasn't. That doesn't deserve a slap, especially because he's a comedian. It's like, if Will was up like a fucking comedy show and he got targeted, was he gonna just absolutely punch the fuck out of the fucking host? I don't know. Like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I think he's lost his mind. I don't know. I think he's in the wrong completely. But obviously, back your girl, but do it appropriately. This isn't like, we're not in fucking 1980s. This isn't like 2022, bro. You're gonna speak to him backstage, and then if you want to scrap it out backstage and you do that there, you don't do that like there. It's stupid. I don't know. Oh.
What do you think, Nash?
Man, for being such a high-profile, beloved actor, like for decades, that was the worst thing you could do. Like, honestly, he's such a well-spoken, thought-out, proper PG motherfucker for the whole. He's for like as long as you couldn't poke a hole in his whole career, bro. And like, it's a two-part thing. Like, there's also that he's like crystal clear. His butthole is like super clean, pause. But then, like, I don't know, the whole relationship with Jada is like an absolute shit show. And if I feel like he's getting fully owned by this woman and like controlled in some sort of emotional, manipulative way, and I genuinely, personally, like don't dig that because it doesn't sit well with me and like whatever. It's just he didn't do anything until he saw her face, like, because he was laughing initially, and then he turned and saw her face all like stone cold, and whatever. So then, like, that's the main issue for me. The fact that he was, he saw the the face value, the lighthearted part of it, saw his misses, and was like, "Oh shit!" And then he just did that. I bet you when he was walking on that stage, he didn't know what the fuck he was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think, like, just looking at that's a huge other part to it, and I feel really sorry for him. And the way that he emotionally reacted was just like that was pretty trash. But yeah. That was just that's where I'll leave it.
I think you both nailed it. I don't have anything else to add, and I agree with you both, definitely. The conspiracy side of things, as far as whether it was set up, one question: why was there no security? Why didn't the security? Obviously, you're not going to stop him from walking on stage, but why didn't they come in? Why didn't they come and grab him immediately? Like, I don't give a fuck who it is. Like, you just
superstar or not, that's assault.
That's assault
on the worldwide TV in front of like multi-millions, almost even how many people watch that shit? 100 million cunts?
Yeah.
A billion people? I don't know how.
No, not television stuff. Probably in the low single digit
billions. Okay, yeah. Cool. So yeah, stacks of cunts would see that. That's still wild. Like what?
Mm-hmm. So the security thing was very weird. First of all, that he was allowed to walk up and walk back. Then there was like Chris kept his hands behind his back the whole time. So that showed, because people were saying, yes, exactly right, because they maybe thought he was going to, like a little playful thing, but but Will played Muhammad Ali in the movie. Obviously, he knows how to fight. He's like 6'2", he's pretty jacked, even if he got a bit fat.
And also fake box, like movie box for the camera, and do those like,
he knows how to throw a
fake
punch.
Shots. Stuff. Well, yeah, also do a non-real punch.
That's actually
seemed to just like give him a little skitty pat paw with a couple of fingertips on a chin ting. Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like from the other angle.
Yes, that was one of the conspiracy things that I think I sent you on.
The other thing down. Exactly. That was really interesting. The main thing for me was what Chris said immediately afterwards. Like, he didn't say, "Oh fuck, oh shit, what the fuck." There was no legit regular reaction. There was a pause, some composure. And then, wow, that was TV's wildest moment, or whatever he said. What did he say? Like something
it was
about
like the greatest moment in television history.
Yeah,
something
that
like
was that doesn't sound right to me. And I was like, what? It sounds like you read the fucking script, bro. So that was the number one thing. Like, sus. And then internet be the internet. Within like a couple of hours, there was some shit going around.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff. I mean, we'll pull it up, actually, just so I can explain what the conspiracy thing, because at first, basically, look, I feel like we all know right now that things aren't always as they seem. You can't trust the media for anything ever, period, point. Like, you just can't. So, that puts me at, like, automatically at a, like, hesitation. Like, what's this about, there was the one conspiracy was it was Pfizer sponsored the Oscars, or at least a part of it. Pfizer just released a alopecia medication, and the whole joke was about Jada's hair. So it was kind of like, is it the tie-in? There's a video. Look, it's far-fetched, but that was one of the things. There was this thing here.
Yeah, if I can get that in here, it's not going to show it.
Oh, with that was actually good.
Yeah, it's kind of like breaking it all down. Like, once again, I don't buy into this. I'm just showing it for the example. So for people who are listening and not watching, it's basically got it's like all the different elements of the smack, like the eye contact as he was looking, the point of contact, he's bracing for contact because he's like grimacing, but the eye wouldn't you if someone goes to hit you. Yeah, he's like leaning in. He's got his neck tucked as if to keep it stronger. No attempt to block it, and they're saying Will did a weak throw, which is kind of what you were talking about.
No flinching either.
Right, so there's no flinching, and why would you, think if you didn't know what punch was coming, doesn't matter who it's from, would you just stand there? if you're seeing someone saying, wouldn't you just like, wouldn't there be some instinct where you're like, hands up, or like move back or duck or something, right? Wouldn't you just move? You just move. You didn't move. So that was one part. This I don't know what the point of like the conspiracy thing actually sort of would be though. I don't know what they were trying to disqualify from or distract from. So I don't know, or if it was just a moment to get some fucking what do you call it? Some traction for the Oscars because no one gives a shit about them. No one's given a shit about them for a long time. There's another one here showing Will like smiling as he's walking away
on the way out,
which makes it almost look like it's kind of like a joke. And then part of that, there was a what do you call it? An iPhone video from behind. So the main thing you see is like the same video of like Will with Lupita in the background. Yeah. And then Jay does out of shot for that one. Then going back to sort of Chris back and forth. So this was like a cell phone thing, and it was completely from behind. You could tell that she kind of moved her head to the side and she was shaking her body as if she was laughing as he hit him, because everyone was like, what the fuck? So like you said, or one of you guys just pointed out that Will laughed, she rolled her eyes, he probably looked at her, she probably gave him a look, was like, motherfucker, do something. And then he was like, oh fuck, okay, I'm tired of being embarrassed for this moment, I need to do something to protect my manlyhood. Manlyhood, that's not the word? Manhood. I don't know what the fuck. And then went up and then thought he... There you go, perfect. So that was one thing. Someone was also saying that, because they're both, like I think Noshi said, they're both actors. You know,
they're really good ones.
Yes. And then it was extra weird as well that okay, so first of all, the security, no security.
That's weird.
Then they let him sit back down, cuss on television twice, very aggressively. He did the thing where he's like, the word started distorting.
He was yelling.
That was emotion. That was real.
Yelling.
And then...
That was genuinely real.
Correct. Then he won the award and then was allowed to give
the tripper.
A speech. So...
Motherfucker, come back and win it. That was when everyone was like, yo, this is bullshit.
Like, I understand it's like decorum and blah, blah, blah. But when someone... I just imagine you did that at a bowling alley. Bro, you're getting the fuck out of there. Security is taking you the fuck out, man. Like, you do it on us Oscars on stage, and the security doesn't come and get you.
It's very weird.
What if you're out to the court, an NBA court or something like that, and slapped fucking LeBron? Like, dude, you are getting four cunts.
There was a streaker recently on the NBA. Sorry to jump in. There was a dude that just came in and like some dance in his underwear, and like 3-4 security guards just spear tackled the cunt and took him off and embarrassed him, like by carrying him by his like legs dangling. So, that's just so weird, bro.
That's a great point. So like, it just doesn't make any sense that they let it slide like that, and then letting him have. Look, one thing I know what you guys think about this. I don't think he should get it taken off him, the Oscar stripped, because what he did doesn't take away from his performance. So, totally separate. But he shouldn't have been allowed to give the speech. You have to have some sort of repercussions for your actions, right? Shit happens, and you can't just be allowed to fucking behave like that and then get away with it. Because what is that telling? That's what I think you were saying earlier, Dan. Is that like, what if you go on stage, you're going to watch Joe Rogan or anybody at a comedian on stage and then says something to you in the crowd, because that's what they do. They make fun of you. I've been sitting in the front row before and they've said shit to me. But if I was saying to Tiff, like, what am I going to do if we're in the front row? Like, look at this white guy with this black girl, something, and maybe say something fucked up like that. What am I going to do? I know there's no malice from that. So what am I going to do? What the fuck, bro? And like, just punch a comedian in the face. Like, it's... Like, you gotta understand that, like, you're walking into a situation like that. I know this is not a comedy show, but there's a comedian hosting it.
And Will's a comedian as well. That's the thing I don't understand. He's a comedian as well.
Or a comedic actor who understands comedy.
Yeah, he understands comedy enough.
So we're going to get to that in a second, what you were coming back to what you were saying earlier, the relationship with Chris Rock and then the relationship with Jada as far as what might have pushed him to do it. But, yeah, it just seemed weird that they let him talk and then have this crying thing and then invoking... Richard Williams, who even said, like, bro, we don't endorse this shit. Like, it's not protecting family if you're hitting a motherfucker. Like, there was no threat to your family. And it was the lightest joke of all time. Like, and it wasn't mean-spirited. That's the other thing. The joke wasn't mean.
Yeah. There's a couple of comedians that I saw online that were just like, hey, this is kind of fucked up because that joke was kind of soft and it's like sets the precedent for an audience member to go up to a normal comedian in a regular comedy show and snuff them in the snout when they don't like a joke. That's actually kind of fucked up. And that was what I think Joe Rogan mentioned that. Maybe Andrew Schultz talked on it. There's a couple other like cunts that I like and follow that mention shit like that. Like that's actually really bad that happened because assholes are going to go to comedy shows and like say they see a comic, they say a joke they don't like, or then they think they can have a Will Smith moment. That's really bad. So there was a few comments like I think Kathy Griffin said some shit like that. Like not that she's like amazing or whatever, but she's been around and she fucking knows what's up. So, like exactly. So it's like fucking hell. That's fucked up that kind of thing could maybe continue. Hopefully it doesn't. Jesus Christ, because they should have more security at comedy venues if
that's about going to step. I guess we'll hear about it.
Yeah,
if shit happens. Yeah. Other thing where there was talk of obviously Chris decided not to press charges. Apparently the LAPD were there and were ready to arrest him. Wow. If Chris wanted to, but he decided not to. The producer of the show was on 60 Minutes, Good Morning America, something like that. I haven't seen it yet to give like his exclusive fucking interview about the shit. So I want to, and he's the one who said the police were there. So I'd be curious to see what he has to say. Also, there was that, and then there was talk. So I heard they were saying that the Oscars asked him to leave, and he said, "No, I will not leave."
To resign, yeah.
No. That's a separate thing. This is leave physically that evening, and then apparently that wasn't true, and they didn't ask him to leave. But he did resign from the Academy. That's what you're referring to. That was my next point as well. So great that you brought that up. So then apparently he's resigned from that, and you can be, because I'm a member of like the Junos, in the Canadian Grammys, whatever. So I can join like you and me, Nosh, because we have done music like projects. We're allowed to join a couple $100 a year or one time, I can't remember, to join the Grammy, which is tonight. We'll get to that.
Grammy family.
Yeah, gang. The Grammy Foundation, Academy, whatever it is, you can join it to be
Academy, I guess, right?
to vote in stuff, things like that.
Word up.
So that is, that's one thing. Go on.
Fucking Ricky Gervais, right, had a really funny point where he's like, did you see this?
No, I did not see him talk about it. No.
He's like, the joke was a little like off because he shouldn't have talked about his missus. He should have talked about her boyfriend. He's like,
I did see that.
If it was me, I would have talked about her boyfriend or whatever, and that would have been fucking hilarious. That would have been a lot different too. What would Will have done during that little joke? But also, if Ricky was actually delivering it, he's quite an enchanting, hilarious cunt. So like imagine, oh man, that was when I saw that quote, I was like, that is funny. I would love to see how that play out.
And you know what, on that note then, why didn't Chris say anything? Why wouldn't, if he didn't physically fight back, why didn't he say something? There's a million things he probably could have said, and he's quick. Comedians are quick like this. He would have had a million, even if you get hit in the face, his instincts are so deep, that he be able to come up with anything on the spot, to just stab him back for that or whatever. So that was kind of also weird. I guess he had the decorum or whatever, like, as the host, he kept that kind of classiness. He stayed classy.
Yeah.
So there was that, and that's a great point about that. So then coming back, you mentioned the boyfriend, so that comes back to kind of what Dan was saying. So there's two sides to it. There was a relationship with the three of them, all three, like, I guess the couple and Chris have a history. Chris dissed them in 2016 at the Oscars So White thing for boycotting it, and he was joking about boycotting. He said it was like, it's like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited anyway. So, which is pretty funny, but I don't think they took too, nicely to that, kindly to that. And then there was pictures, like they'd known each other forever. They had pictures of Chris Rock in, like, he was played a woman on Fresh Prince. So they've known each other for probably 30 years. I don't know if there'd been any other bad blood between them beside that, but it seemed like what I saw other people say is that there was Will's been pushed over the years. That was just his breaking point, and he wasn't slapping Chris Rock. He was slapping everyone. He was slapping August. He was slapping fucking everyone, poking shit at him.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what that was. That's what people were saying. So I don't know if you want to expand on that at all, as far as if y'all like what you were saying earlier about the relationship and shit.
Well, no, it's probably. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it is that. I guess it could have been anyone on that stage saying any joke, and yeah, because I just think he's on the edge, and then that was it. It just tips him over, innit? That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I just think he's a bit mad for doing what he done, and I think this whole entanglement thing, he's just embarrassed. He's just absolutely embarrassed. I don't know.
100%.
He's I don't know. It's hard to respect him anymore.
It is.
Very weird guy.
As well, particularly, I mean, people keep bringing up the race thing, but it was more just like, I don't know, like, Tiff was sort of saying the whole night, she just like kept like just sighing about it, because she woke up the next day and she was just like, the first thing was just like, because she's just so like embarrassed for him, or embarrassed that it even happened. It was just so ridiculous. And like, black folks over the years, or anyone of color really, particularly as hashtag Oscars so white, right? So obviously people of color, people who aren't white, haven't really had a pretty good run in that world, in the entertainment world. It's been a lot harder, right? So you got two of the biggest dudes, like you said earlier, super respected, essentially, aside from the entanglement, emotionally impeccable record. And, Chris too, I guess. Everyone has their things that, whatever, but, and it was the first Oscars, I think, produced by a black man, and then that had to happen, which sort of just put a dampener on that positivity that it all happened to, had to happen between these people. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how much that, a lot of people are just like, nah, that ain't it. But I mean, I can see the disappointment from the community is probably a little heavier, because that's who these people are representing, and like not directly, and it's a lot of pressure to put on people, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. So that's another interesting side of it too. So I guess that's kind of it. I'm kind of really over it, to be honest. Over it after like 2 days. Yeah, that's enough. On the Monday,
because the memes came in strong and fucking heavy flow, dude. It was like oh my man, like.
You see those?
Yeah, the first 48 hours were just like Twitter and Instagram was just going off, mate. Just fucking like ones at a strip club. It was out of control. I think every single cunt was posting just different shit. I'm like, where are these coming from? Like, cause you know how sometimes they circulate like the same shit. It was I literally saw like 30 different ones. It was ridiculous.
Right.
And there's obviously way more, and it got old super quick. So like 30 and 48 hours. I was like, okay, cool. Everyone's got nothing better to do.
Nothing at all.
It was wild.
Did you see those dudes?
Fuck all.
Night of, there was probably 6 of them, and they were all dressed up. I don't know if they had a tux on or if they had just suits on, but they recreated it essentially, but in someone's, as if like what happened backstage or whatever. And it went like super viral. It was like, I don't know where they were, if they were there, if I think they were all YouTubers. That's why they might have. But the fact they probably saw it and were like, boys, let's fucking go. Maybe they already. I was like, why did you get 6 dudes in a mansion? Because the place they were filming it looked beautiful. Yeah. And all wearing tuxes. So I kind of feel like maybe they were going to the parties. Maybe because it's all about all the parties afterwards. So maybe they were already there, but they weren't at the event. So they were like, well, we got time. We're just pre-drinking until the party, so let's fucking film this thing. I don't know. It was just like, it was perfect.
Instant.
Yeah. I was like, how are these? It was really good, man. Like millions and millions of, like tens of millions of views. It went for like 2 or 3 minutes. And they were just like, it was like all of his friends trying to calm him down. It's like, where the fuck is Will? And he was like, he was playing Chris Rock as if like, what the fuck, man? Like, and all the dudes were trying to, it was really well done. So the internet undefeated as always. But yeah, so at least we, it sucked for us, I guess, we didn't get to talk about it. But like, because if it happened to them, we recorded like an hour and a half later or something. But maybe it's better that we have this kind of perspective now. I kind of like the perspective on it too. So, that is enough of that played out our shit. So it's actually the Grammys tonight, and we have a couple of Grammy news. Woo! Oh, hang on. Do we have a? I was gonna play this one. I just want to play that one. Questlove won the Grammy for the Summer of Soul. Was it for the soundtrack? No,
it's for the documentary, mate.
So they have a Grammy for a documentary, but I thought Grammys are music. No. because he won an Oscar.
No, he won an Oscar for Summer of Soul. I guess I wrote Grammy like a fucking piece of shit.
Oh
no, he won an Oscar for Summer of Soul.
Questlove cops Oscars win with Grammy Award. That's what the thing says here. I'm pulling it up now. Caps Oscars win with Grammy Award. So he did win it. You weren't wrong. Oh, best music film category. Oh, hang on. A gramophone for the best music film category. Okay, interesting.
Well, it's like, have you seen it?
No, have you?
Dude, it's ridiculous.
Good for him.
It's basically about a festival that was in Harlem in a park that was on the same time as Woodstock, and it got no coverage. And like, it's about this, they had this whole lineup, and it was just the drama of surrounding the entire development of the event, getting all the things lined up, all the moving parts aligned. They had a bunch of failures and shit, and anyway, overcome all this incredible lineup of like literally some of the best soul from the 60s and 70s, just all on the one stage. It's fucking star-studded lineup. They ended up getting like a last-minute film crew to come through. They had to turn the stage a certain way so the sun would actually light up the stage, so they wouldn't have, because they had no lights, had no electricity. There was like, nothing serious like that. So anyway, it was just a wild festival. It's got so much fucking in it, man. It's like it's crazy. It's worth a watch.
Love it. Good on him, man. He deserved. That's pretty cool. Have Oscars win 1 week and then Grammy the one after. I mean, good for you. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's
Can't
wild.
get much better. And what's his name? Fucking Tyler the Creator won for best rap album, which is a pretty stacked category. So good for him. Big ups, Tyler. Great album. That is, I think, all that's come out really so far as that. But we'll probably have more on that next week, I guess.
What up?
What else want to talk about? You want to run through these notes since you had them down?
Yeah, sure. So Hot Ones, the Hot Wing Sauce show on YouTube. Pusha-T was on it. It's great to see, one of my idols on there, because I haven't seen many interviews with him. He's not too doesn't get his face out there that much, and he's not too happy to be in the spotlight as far as that. I didn't see him pop up as often as other rappers. Like, so when he's on this, I was like, I was surprised because he's laughing, he's joking. Like, Sean is a great host on Hot Ones and brings out a lot of funny shit in the guests. So yeah, it's just good because Push is kind of soft on the hot sauce, but they really fuck you up with the selection they have. But it's a good episode. Like, I think it's a good insight to him as a person rather than him as a rapper. So definitely worth a watch.
Yep, I watched it too. I thought it was great. Push had to bail. He bailed. I think he had 2 left.
He bailed after the bomb.
So
fuck that. Yeah,
I don't know if you ever
want to continue after that, which is kind of pussy hole. That's the worst one. Everything else would have been sweet. He was just like, nah, B.
Yeah. So I don't know if you ever saw it, but me and Dan did that for a BOS video, and Dan bought the bomb. Like, he bought it from Thingo. Oh, you saw it? Yeah. So the bomb is fucked. The bomb is fucked up.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah,
I had a pin
for the
one
views.
time.
It's
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not nice.
It doesn't even really taste
like vinegar fest. It's just like so much going on there.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. But the interesting thing about what I really appreciated for Push, because we did it and we're and we're trying to talk, and we'll both like Push is just like, how do you make it
doing
stop?
An interview?
Yeah, doing an interview. But he was like, you could tell he was shook, so composed. Because I've done it. Because if I didn't try the sauce, I'd probably be impressed anyway.
We should do one with all the new shits.
We could do it together in
I've got some fucking homemade Guyanese hot sauce ready to go too, which is also not going to blow your tits off. It's just like it's a medium high.
Okay.
I got a lot now.
You got a lot?
I got a lot.
Well, we should get like some homemade shits.
I got
plus
mine
some
too.
like shelf ready ones. Yeah. We should do it. I'm ready to burn my ass.
We could do a TMF video for that.
Yeah. We
actually had that one planned, I think, for TMF. It was a while ago. We were really going.
Please believe me, I'm ready to fucking yam on camera and talk all the shit.
Let's see.
I'm ready to get my nose and my eyes run, because if it's spicy, my eyes will water. That's what I noticed. Like, it's like lips burn. No, it's nose run, lips burn, eyes water. That's the stages.
Yep, that's how it goes. Yep.
I retired from eating hot sauce and shit.
You're retired now?
I retired, but I'll come out of retirement one time.
I do it for the video.
We can get like a bowl of ice cream, some rice, and maybe a cup of like milk or whatever you need.
Do you know what it is?
Still have that.
Yeah, you definitely need that. It's not even. Yeah, the safety precautions are definitely important. It's more. We didn't have the safety stuff. I think we just yammed.
It was just drinks. It was beer.
But
living on the edge.
There was a thugging out. What was the point I was about to make? Fuck, we didn't have the safety. Man, I had a point. What did you just say? You were saying about the. Oh no, that's what I was gonna say. You said you retired from it.
Yes.
I've been noticing I'm getting what's it called? Heartburn. When I have like wild hot things like that, fucks me up. So I have the Pepto-Bismol. You gotta take that shit before.
I probably need to have Pepto-Bismol. Yeah. It really fucks up my stomach too much, like way too much, and I don't enjoy it anymore. Like it's still fun when I was like younger, and then it's like now it's like this isn't like an enjoyable experience.
When you were younger, like last year.
Like last year or something when I was 23. But no, it's just not fun. What happens after is not fun. That's why that's a fuck it. I don't eat hot anymore.
Yeah.
It's like lemon pepper things for me now.
Yeah. I've been less inclined to. The other night we had, when we watched it, I can't remember what happened. We watched the Kanye documentary or something. We had pizza with you.
Oh, yeah.
And we had we did something.
Oh, yeah.
And I used some of this hot sauce that I got from these dudes in Toronto. I think they're called Tijuana Toms. And they made a hot sauce with Third Moon's Each Beast of God coffee stout.
Sick. Which
is fire. So they sent some for our other podcast. And I love it. It's great. And I must have just got like
on your butt, yep.
A bad chunk, yeah, man, like a bad chunk. I put on the pizza. I just get like a little bit. You just kind of spread it across. Fucking Jesus! Like that night, I just couldn't get it out of my fucking mouth.
Just rinsed you.
And then the poos the next day.
Yeah,
my
it's the
goodness.
Poos the next day. I don't like that, man.
It never used to happen.
I don't like that. I don't like it. It's the poos the next day.
It's so rough. Like, I mean, the bidet would help, I guess.
The bidet helps, but it's like you have to run to the toilet. Sort of
man,
it's fucked. So
the batty burners, you boys.
Yeah,
that is
man.
Wildness.
Yeah,
but I would do it for the video.
I'll do it for
the
video.
As long as we have Pepto, we're good. It's usually the one thing. It doesn't fix the batty situation. That's gonna happen regardless. Like we're gonna be pooping.
Holy shit,
man's gonna be pooping. So yes, I'm definitely down for that. So that is
there's good. There's certain fried chicken places, like if you go to, for example, this is not like a plug when it gets sponsored by these people, unfortunately, but like Dave's Hot Chicken on Queen Street in Leslieville in Toronto, they have some crazy shit, right? Very nice Nashville hot chicken. They have like an OG and they have the hot one.
Okay.
They give you
built into
like
is it tossed in the sauce?
Spice.
Is it tossed in?
Yeah, I think it's already like ready to go. So you can get like a regular, or you can get the spicy one, which is already pre-done, sorted. And then you get this big, sexy, fucking thick white loaf of bread. I mean, white bread is not my jam, but yeah, it pours on the thick. But you get this big, sexy bit of bread that kind of, if you don't eat it, your stomach isn't kind of cushioned, because I feel like that soaks it up in your stomach and takes care of all the spice. So the poos aren't bad the next day. So eat your bread while you eat your fried chicken. That's my tip. Because I was like, why is there so much bread? It's so excessive. Like one time I wasn't in the mood for it. I was like, dash that. And the next time I had it, I'm like, let's go. And I've like, oh, it made a difference. So if you get bread with your hot chicken, it's because it's going to cushion your asshole the next day. That's
my only pushback for that. I like that. Is that when I had the problem, I was eating pizza, which is in and of itself like 70% dough.
Carbs.
And the exact same thing, bread, really. And it did not make a difference.
Okay.
But, I mean, maybe if I had it without some sort of bread, I guess because you compared. So probably you noticed. So maybe
it was like
what happened.
Straight up. It's like 2 inches thick almost. It's a big slice of bread, mate.
I think I know the
It was it was substantial bread. I was like, what is going on?
Yo, they got cheese fries?
Yeah, I just checked their menu. That's
pretty intense, eh? Dave's Hot Chicken Shasta. Dave, if you want to... Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
It's more expensive.
And they serve jutsu, Bellwood's jutsu. When you dine in, you can buy craft beer. They've got Rally, and they've got Rally Electrolyte Pale Ale, and they've got the jutsu Bellwoods. It's pretty fire still.
Oh, and you can choose your heat. There's no spice, light, mild, medium, hot, extra hot, Reaper. So you can.
Yeah,
they must just toss it. They look tossed.
All kinds of gradients.
Yeah, they're tossed.
Okay, dude, this looks like, honestly, I've tried to not. That looks fucking great. I've tried to avoid fried chicken a bit lately, just because.
I don't know fried chicken so long.
So I wake up like 5 pounds heavier.
I walked past a PFK the other day, like the first time in.
Oh, it's KFC.
KFC, yeah, long time.
Oh, that's a great fucking thing, still.
Yeah, we had KFC when we went to Prince Edward County last year. It was disgusting. I couldn't believe how fucking bad KFC was, bro. Dude, it was some of the worst fast food I've had in quite some time. I could not.
Oh my god.
It was horrendous.
Sorry.
It's okay. Fuck KFC though. I'm down. Fried chicken is like A1 lit. I'm just looking. Sorry, this is actually making me hungry. They got the cheese fries. Got like the crinkle cut fries with the sprinkles and the fucking cheese in that shit and the mac and cheese. Oh fuck! See, is this all pickles?
Yo,
fuck,
you guys
fucking
Google. There's a place. I had a fried chicken sandwich today. I went for like a big ride, and then I had a fried chicken sandwich because I felt like it. It's been weeks. Anyway, so there's a place near me. It's called Birdie's, and they have like legit one of the best fried chicken sandwiches in the city. Swear to God, bro.
Right.
I got the OG. I didn't get the spicy because I just couldn't. Just wasn't in the mood for it. Anyway, I've had a nibble of the spicy before. It smacks you in the tits, but I got the OG with no pickles. It's out of control.
Okay.
Love.
It looks
their chicken sandwich looks incredible.
It's different to the it's so good. It's very different to the Dave's hot chicken we just talked about. If you're looking for spice, like it's more crunchy Nashville style chicken, like the way it's fried or whatever the fuck. This is just like more. I don't know. It's like it's. I don't know, man. It's just a little different. It's a different fry. It's a different breading.
Right.
It's super good.
Not as heavy breading. It looks kind of like a lighter breading compared to the.
It's a little lighter. Yeah, for sure.
I've definitely. Is that on the? Where is it?
Not as crispy. It's just right near me.
Okay. All right, dude. We're gonna have to yum on that when we get to town. We're gonna be in town in a couple of weeks anyway, so Mans is out here. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna be able to. We might have to record.
You'll see it.
Yeah, we could even try and record in person early that time because we're all coming. So
yeah.
And then next week, next Sunday,
cheeky singers to show you in the city.
Yeah, definitely.
I can give you the singer tour.
Chicken singer tour.
Just get multiple different ones.
There's even one near Ossington as well. Ossington and Queen. There's a good one around there.
All right, Toronto got that fried chicken on luck. Ghost. All right,
Ghost chicken.
We should do a fried chicken podcast here, guys.
We should actually do it.
I'm down. I'm not afraid.
Oh,
do you know what we forgot to talk about? Was new music. We'll talk about that in a sec.
Oh yeah.
Ghost chicken.
It's a music podcast. That's a fried chicken podcast.
Fried chicken podcast. Sorry, I'm fucking hungry now, man.
This looks amazing.
I'm fucking hungry as shit, bro.
Ghost chicken looks lit too, bro. You are putting us on.
It's
got the curly fries.
I haven't seen curly fries in
years. How the fuck did they make curly fries?
I swear to God.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I should have put you cunts on earlier. I'm just collating this data and I want to share it with the Mandem.
Thank you.
Like properly. You know what I mean?
I think I might follow it.
And anybody who watches this, if they go to those places and they love it, give me a comment and then, maybe tell. I don't know. It won't help you, but tell them cunts. No sent you. You know what I mean? Like
on bad habits.
Extra fries.
Maybe
on bad habits. They're like, what this cunt's talking about QA. Like, maybe I might get some free fries next time I go.
Just some fry. Just a little fry. Just a little bit of fry.
Just a little, how you going?
It's so funny how all different they are. Yeah. Okay, so they're all like Nashville style. Okay.
This one looks very different to the other ones.
Ooh, with the coleslaw.
That one's ghost peppers. The ghost chicken is all ghost peppers.
Is that bad?
So it's a different spice altogether. It's just hot. It's a different kind of hot. The Reaper's even worse, but like ghost pepper will like burn your asshole, maybe numb it. Reaper will destroy it. But the other ones, like, the Nashville and the Buffalo, they'll just like pucker.
Does everything have... I imagine they have some with no spice then, for people who
they usually have a classic. I usually get the classic. Okay. Unless I'm feeling like ballsy, I'll get the big dog, but I usually don't. Because I want it to taste like, how's the chicken? How's the actual bare minimum base flavor of this restaurant? And then you can kick it up after that. Always get the OG first, then go spice.
I like your vibes, sir. All right. Well,
because if you just go balls deep on the big spicy, you can burn your fucking tongue, your asshole, and then you have a bad time the first experience, so then you might not go back. So if you start nice and then go crazy later on, you might enjoy the
Makes
journey.
a lot of sense, to be honest. I'm with that.
I mean,
Okay. Well, thank you very much for putting us
you.
and the viewers and listeners on. You're a
that was
fried
that
chicken.
was Nosh Dog's Fried Chicken Corner.
There you go. We need a little sound for it. No, and that was Nosh Dog's Fried Chicken Corner. You fucking do.
Oh dear.
Oh, the dumbest cunt on this podcast for sure.
Easily. All right.
Easily, bro.
Let's just keep pushing through this stuff, and then we'll get to our little drink champ section. New music this week, which we should have done at the beginning. I listened to a couple joints, to be honest. Joyner Lucas did a song called Yay Not Crazy, which is kind of cool. I like that. It just felt very... Joyner Lucas does kind of what the game does. It's kind of like the name-dropping thing, but it's in this other way. It's a different kind of way. It's interesting. When you hear it, I'm like, oh, that's so Joyner.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a pretty cool joint. I actually wanted to check this. I didn't get to, but Freddie Gibbs and Rick Ross dropped a song called Ice Cream, which used the Wu-Tang ice cream sample. I definitely wanted to. I neglected. There was... I went and listened to something else that was... Dreamville.
They
dropped a tape with Gangsta Grills. Gangsta Grizzles. What's it? DJ Drama. I listened to maybe half of it. Cole's on it like 3 or 4 times. Let me just skip across and see that. But it was cool. Like, it was cool. I didn't really know.
It was cute.
Yeah, I mean,
Cutest.
like some of the stuff was pretty dope. Like nothing changed my life, but Ari did a great job. She's sort of super fun. She did a version of a Mary J. Blige song, kind of like I think it's Going Down or something similar to that. Use that sample. If it wasn't that, it was something like that. It's got all the Earth Gang, Loot and Cuz and Jid.
2 Chainz on there, times.
Yep.
ASAP
2 Chainz was on there. Ferg. Yep.
Sheck West. I haven't heard from this guy.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird song. So anyway, that was it's worth checking out because anything new from Cole or whatever he's doing is always pretty sick. And looking at the other music stuff here. Oh, it's called D-Day, a Gangsta Grills mixtape. Sorry, there you go. Everything else I couldn't really give a flying fuck about. This next Friday, Banks. So Banks is one of my favorite artists. Like, consistently, she's fucking brilliant. She's a singer from Cali. She's got an album dropping next week, so I'm relatively moist about that one.
Nice.
Did you listen to anything?
I didn't listen to anything. I didn't listen to anything at all. It's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
I do want to listen to Dreamville though, because this tape looks kind of cool. I like the features and obviously Cole. So yeah, I'll just definitely listen to that.
I think there was. Is there a solo Cole tape? Song tape. At the end, I think it was. Oh, the Heaven's EP one. I think is his.
We can check actually.
But Spotify, it said. I guess it's Apple Music. That's what I say.
Heaven's EP. Yeah, sung by J. Cole.
There you go. Okay.
Here we go. Interesting.
So cool. Bit of a Cole. Oh, okay, it's like one long verse. All right.
I like that.
Yeah, definitely worth checking. Did you listen to did we give you albums last week?
I think you gave me, what was it?
It was Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth. Oh, no, but that was the week before.
That was the week before. So I don't even remember. Remember.
Maybe we did. Oh, was it just Snoop, like Doggy Style and Chronic?
Was it?
I would do that for next week.
I would do actually. Okay, that's fine. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember if we did give you.
I don't remember giving.
No, she might remember.
I've been listening to Lil Kanye. I watched a fucking Runaway film again.
Yeah, it's great.
Fucking great.
It's so sick. It's just so genius.
So sick. We listened to a lot of Jesus is King. I don't know. I just haven't really listened to anything new. Nothing's been fun.
Yeah, I'm finding it a little tiresome.
Yeah.
To go through new music because it's just so much all the time. So it's more like it's like the amount of choice makes you not want to listen to stuff.
You're right.
I never felt like that until recently. Like
I just wait for a specific artist to drop.
Yeah, then you go, Kanye's dropping, or this person you like's dropping. But then it hurts artists like us for new discovery because unless you already like it, it's harder to grow that fan base of people who give a fuck and who bother checking shit.
You're right.
Which is interesting.
You're talking about the problem with like oversaturation?
Yeah, I was just saying like none of us have, we kind of like decided as a crew to stop doing the music stuff so much in depth every week because, like, you know, it was a lot of work for us, and I think the audience, I think it was probably the least engaging part of the podcast, so we kind of just chilled out on it. It was like, I don't know, if you want to listen, listen. If not, then don't fucking listen. Who cares? I think we should always, like, just talk about some shit that is either interesting to us or whatever. I think that's the crux of a music pod, but yeah, I was just saying that, like, when there's so much choice and every single week there's all of these new songs and new albums, I'm like, it just feels like a chore. Like, you just couldn't be bothered. And I was saying how that sucks for you and me because we don't have the base that we would want yet. But we don't have, like, the audience base, so it's going to be harder to get that, to grow that audience base a little more. If people feel like us and they just, like, it couldn't be bothered doing any music discovery every week, you know. So it's an interesting thing. Speaking of us, Jonathan Emile dropped a new single that Notion mastered called No Smoke the Supercut. So John is obviously he's been on the pod, great friend of the family, and friend of the show. I like saying that, friend of the show, you know. And we should also have enemies of the show if we want to as well. We don't have any enemies really, but you have a friend or an enemy of the show. No, I don't really have enemies. I've never really had that. No. But we should just have someone we don't like.
Have it roll. Peace and love over here, mate.
Yeah, it's true. Is Will Smith an enemy of the show now? No?
No, probably not. Like, honestly, in the history of CMF channel, we have, like, 0 dislikes across everything. I swear to God. I don't think we have a single one.
No, we definitely do.
You should write diss tracks for a random guy. Local artist, actually. Random local
to diss us so we can start having that enemy.
Yeah, let's just have a little fucking back and forth.
All right, like a little orchestrated beef.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I like your vibes. I like your vibes, Daniel.
Actually, just make a diss track for Notion.
Yeah, we've always talked about doing that. So, like, should we, like, try something and pretend like we hate each other for, like, a month and then be cool again?
Just be cool. Be cool on FaceTime.
If you say everything, like, really crazy, then just go live. Yeah, like, all right, man, I'm gonna just squash this.
Like a battle.
Yeah, but it'd be like we have some sort of, like, public falling out. We do back and forth diss tracks, like, a couple times. Then you do, like, you stop the pod because we're, like, beefing for a bit or whatever. You stop the pod in that time, and then you go live. Each of us go live talking shit, and then we go live and then squash it, and then do a song to celebrate.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be the full circle, like it. That's the game plan.
I don't even want that energy in my life, though. To be honest, bro, like you said.
Honestly, it sounds so orchestratedly hectic. I was like, nah, dude.
I'm not interested in drama. We're all too grown for that. You know? Drama's like, as you're getting older, and, like, all I want in my life is, like, convenience and luxury. I don't want I hate inconvenience. It's, like, the worst thing to me in the world. I fucking can't stand it. And I don't know why. It's just such a passion thing. And as you get older, I find that, like, you want
really mad about it.
Yeah,
I get it.
And comfort. So inconvenient. I get like, and I want to be comfortable because I've been in my I mean, I don't think you're not fancy yet as fancy. Like, man's, like, always like fancy things. But when I was your age, I would do more. Like, right now, if someone said come camping, I'd be like, suck my dick from the back.
I'd never do that.
But, like, back then, I would, like, if someone said that shit, I'd be like, oh, something different, even if it's uncomfortable for a weekend or whatever.
I would never.
Okay, I respect it.
Never.
But okay, would you travel and stay in hostels?
No. Never.
You wouldn't do it?
It has to be freestyle.
Okay, good bougie man's for your age.
3-star minimum.
Wow, okay. All right.
That's nasty.
Okay. Because when we went around Europe, I lived here, and then I went around the States, and then I met Notion in London, and Notion was with us for like 2 months in London. We went around everywhere in hostels, staying on couches. Was it 3 months? Fuck, sick. Yeah, because you stayed right to the end. I think we came home like 2 weeks after you came home. You left from Manchester, I remember, So, like, we stayed in hostels, like the Generator in London, that was fun. And we'd always get a private room because there was 3 of us. And Berlin, that was good memory. And we'd always stay in, like, a private room. Sometimes you get one with, like, 2 bunk beds.
A triple private.
Yeah, or a triple private room because there was 3 of us. It would be more affordable. So even then, we were, like, bougie hostel people. Fuck. So we've been bougie too, I guess. But
it's so funny. Like, here, both of you cunts wouldn't be down for any kind of camping, or you guys are full. Like, baseline glamping is like your minimum. That's so funny.
I'd glamp for sure. I'd glamp for sure.
Yeah,
try that. Glamping looks fun.
It's outside, isn't it?
No, it's like inside though. It's like a tent, and it's got like a full bed. No. But it's like a sick tent with a heater and fucking like rugs and carpets.
Do you have to pay? Huh? Do you have to pay to do that? But
It's like an Airbnb.
Pay for a hotel.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Either rent a tent,
rent a tent, or go to
get a hotel.
Fuck that.
Point taken. It's more just like
he wants framework in his tent.
Yeah, no, I respect the bouginess. I really do.
I need
it was
my
like...
tent to have bricks. Have bricks in it.
Bricks and mortar.
Bricks and insulated windows.
The episode name is A Tent with Bricks.
Tent with Bricks.
I love it.
This is where you start.
I'll write it down. What's that?
The Generator.
Yeah. So the Generator was a brand of hostels that they had places all around Europe, and they had, remember, they had carlings for £1 a night.
Yeah. So in London?
£1 pints.
£1 pint in London.
In London.
€1 pints in Berlin.
And in Berlin, exactly right, because it was the same, and it was carling, so it was bottom of the barrel bullshit. Yeah. And then they had like a bar, so you go to the bars and they have like pool tables and like dancing and shit, like it was all lit. And the other place there was a bar, a series of restaurant pubs. I call them pubs. They were called the Goose, because we thought it was so funny. Because at the time, Goose Cunt was like our favorite thing to say.
Out to Upway and Country Gully and wherever, everyone calls each other a Goose Cunt. Like you're an ultimate dupper. You're a bit of a dickhead. Like
bit of a dickhead, you know? Bit of a fair dickhead. Yeah. And the Goose had, I think they used to have £1
like a golden
pints of carling. Yes, and they were red with like a red with burgundy.
It's like a meal deal.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like £5, and you got like a pint of carling, and you got like a burger and fries or some shit like that. Was it or like salt bangers and mash?
Burger and fries or something in a salad and a carling for like £5.
Yeah, and we were broke. So this is the thing, right? We were so...
Go to Greg's in the morning, get your sausage rolls and your fucking tomato sauce.
Which is, we get an Iron Brew and then the £1 like sausage rolls from Greg's. Yeah, the Iron Brew. And, oh wow, this looks kind of funky.
Yeah.
That's the Generator?
This is the Generator.
Yeah. It was lit, bro. Like, it was clean. So, we were povo. We were broke as fuck because we were young, and I'd been working as a waiter in Toronto and at the beer store. And I had some money from Australia. Then that ran out when I was traveling. Then I had some shares in Telstra. I had to sell that to keep me going. So we went all around on Greyhound in the States, staying in hostels and shit. Did I love it? Being at the bus station at 5 a.m. with the only people who catch Greyhound in America are fucking like...
I've heard stories about Greyhound in America. Apparently,
I don't want to like. It's not the type of people you want to be around. Listen, I was concerned for my safety the vast majority of the time. Yeah. And for whether I would retain my belongings, if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So, it wasn't fun, and we had to get, it was like $500 for unlimited trips all around the country, unlimited for 30 days. So we just say a 30-day trip, you could get the bus anywhere. So we got like 48-hour trips sometimes, like all the way across. It was very, very rough. So what's my point? Okay, so in order to be able to travel at that time, that was the only way for me to be able to afford to do that. And I wasn't in love with it, but it got the job done. So sometimes you got to rock the hostels and you got to do that. But would I do that now? No, sir. Never. Man's is bougie. I know we've been yapping for a while. It's an hour and 3. We had a couple more things to touch on, Nosh. It is pretty fucking funny here. Do you want to just touch on the last few things and then we'll do the fucking, what's it called thing?
Drink Champs.
Drink Champs, that's what. I don't know why I'm high now.
It's okay.
Which one are we talking about?
Cypress, you want to touch on that? I know it was from last week, but I think you listened to it.
Yeah, Cypress Hill and Black Milk did an album. Pretty crazy, like shit. I didn't expect it to be so fire. It's called Back in Black. They didn't get DJ Muggs to produce it. Obviously, it's the first album they've had not produced by DJ Muggs, which is really cool. So they said they've been, friends with Black Milk for a long time. They've done some tours and shit like that. Overall, I'll take a snippet from the article that said, I think the idea started maybe after doing a few songs and it turned into like an EP. And then it said, oh shit, this sounds kind of cool. We had a nice little vibe. They had a good chemistry because they have like that, there's a lot of soul in the Black Milk beats. There's a lot of darkness as well, and kind of that sort of feel. and they haven't done a collaborative album before. And
No.
Muggs has always been at the head of the production. So, with the exception of Rise Up in 2010, apparently, and they just said they wanted a different feel, and they just wanted to get the boom bap with the darkness blended, and it kind of worked out really well, and it was easy to work with. So over time, they collated beats to get this album together, because I guess they started to initially think they did a few songs, we'll do an EP, and it turned to an album. So yeah, it seems like a nice natural progression. I listened to like 30 seconds of like each song, just kind of skip through. Honestly, like I said earlier, like 75% crazy. Or was that offline, or was that off air? We said that anyway. It was proper. I was a big fan. Yeah, so 75% crazy. A lot of the beats fit. There was a couple that were just like, okay, this works, this is cool, but the rest of them were just like solid fits. So I want to really hear that in full, because if you took away the Cypress Hill vocals, you could literally just put some other crazy shit on it. Would be an amazing album as well. But like, it does have the nice fit to it, but like Black Milk is so good and so fucking versatile. You could take away the you could remix the whole album with another group. It's really, really good.
Sick. Love it. That shit was cool too. I listened to it after. It was I agree with everything you said. Really cool. Drizzly loses 100K gambling. Tell us about that, Noosh.
Yo,
tell us all about it.
Honestly, as the kids know out there, you and I are from Australia, and cunts in Australia like to gamble. They love a good poke.
Do they ever?
Not really into the pokes, me.
Nope.
But anyway, Drake takes a 6-figure gambling loss following the NCAA Final Four. So apparently, he's a diehard Kentucky Wildcats fan, and there was an Instagram he posted on Saturday with like a screenshot of his $100,000 wager.
Okay.
And he looks like the motherfucker lost.
It's probably not too much of a
$1.2 million on the Super Bowl. Oh my god!
He won or he lost?
He just, why would you?
Maybe because he's got so much money, it's like whatever.
I guess so. Like that's insane. But anyway, like I'm never one to condone gambling in any sort of way.
Yeah, I don't bang with it.
Yeah, nah, dude, fuck that. So I mean, Drizzy Drizzler, he's got a couple coins. He shouldn't, he shouldn't be hurt by that at all. But it was just interesting to see that, like, he's betting in such a big amount. You wouldn't, like, I don't know. If I was Drake rich, I'd probably put, like, if I was, like, some way inclined or encouraged to be like, you know what? You want to bet on this shit? Yeah, I'll chuck $1,000 or $2,000. Even if I was Drake rich, I still would only maybe bet like $1,000 or $2,000. Fuck that shit.
I'm with
Not
you.
really one for gambling. I wouldn't even really bangs with like. But yeah, Drake rich, 1,000, 2,000 is like a pair of socks. So like, that's cool. But like, nah, dude, just don't really. Like, I barely even like. I'm reluctant to buy stocks and crypto for like. Anyway, this cunt's buying $1,000 pair of socks. I barely even buy $1,000 worth of crypto all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. It's pretty hectic. Right? Oh, silly Drizzly. Well, I hope he's hope he wins it back. And last thing we had here was Academics got his IG taken down.
Yeah. Just says like, he has an account with 4.5 million followers. It's just deleted, just gone. Damn. With no like, there's no like usually
explanation.
He's a really outspoken piece of shit, and I'm not a fan of him to be honest. But like, he's mysteriously vanished and with no trace. Usually, he talks on his Twitch or his Twitter. He's pretty like out there, but he's disappeared. It's such a the 4.5 million followers. Like and just to like Houdini like that. It's kind of weird.
Did he talk about it elsewhere and say that he's pissed that they took it, or?
No, that's the thing. Like so he hasn't addressed.
Has he disappeared?
Anything on?
Has he stopped posting, or he just hasn't said anything?
It seems like he's disappeared and he hasn't posted anything since.
Fuck, eh? Maybe he got got.
Yeah, because this was an article from this morning at 10 o'clock.
Can you click on it? Bring it up, please.
Yes.
I just want to see it. Okay, interesting guy.
Weird. Yeah, because he's honestly, I'm not a fan of this guy. He's a bit of a rat as far as like
Yeah, he's a
that generation of cunts on the internet talking all that smack. He's asking for it all the time. Everyone wants to smack the shit out of him. Like everyone's had a problem.
Okay. So just vanished, mysteriously vanished, eh? And he hasn't addressed it anywhere. I was shadow banned before it was removed. Okay. And now I was talking about the drama that he's had. Fine. Hopped on Twitch and proceeded to lay into. Oh, that was a while ago. About Rosenberg. There's ongoing beef with him and Freddie Gibbs. Yep. Oh, and that's it. All right. Well then. I guess I guess some people like him because he's got enough followers. I think I used to follow him.
I don't follow him.
I guess you don't need to. All right, beauty. Yeah. Well, that was that. So we'll do the. So basically, I think last week we talked about like Nosh put the Drink Champs questions in here. So did you customize them? Is that what you did?
No, I didn't touch them. So if Nosh wants to lead it, he can. But I have my own questions anyways.
Okay.
So, so what I did was I grabbed like the best of. This was the episode with the game on it, right? While I was watching it, I had my phone in my hand, and I was actually writing down some raps and stuff. I was editing some things, and so while he was saying it, I was like, "Oh, I might just take the best questions that he says because sometimes he talks shit." And so whatever is there is the best of what I thought was relevant to us to talk about and answer from the game interview that we talked about a few episodes ago.
Love it. So would you like to drive that and you're asking me and Dan? Or we can all answer?
Honestly, however we want to do this. I don't care if you or Dan spearhead it or I do it. I don't care. But these are the questions. It doesn't matter.
I want you to run
either.
I want you to do it.
All right, I'm doing it. All right, you cheeky cunts. Quick timer slime with Nosh Doggy on Bad Habits. Here we go. We got Baby D and Uncle C Feezy in the spot.
Ukraine.
Here we go.
Ukraine.
Some sound effects.
Oh yeah, sound effects.
Why are you gay?
But we in the building. We in the building.
We're in the building. We're diving in. So quick timer slime. So I'm going to give you a, you know how it goes, like a something or something, and then you have to either pick one or the other. And if you're impartial or you can't decide, you have to, essentially on Drink Champs, they take a shot. You need to take a sip of, your respective drink, whether it be THC beverage or H2O, Daniel.
H2O.
Here we go.
Slow.
Exactly.
Right. You know
hit him with a rubbish bin. Love to win. Okay. Kanye or Pharrell?
Kanye.
Of course, naturally.
I've always wanted to answer these questions because he does it all the time, and I'm in the shower usually listening to it, and I'm just yelling him over them. Sorry, go.
Fair enough. No, that's good because, you need to be passionate about this. And Nori talks a lot of shit, so I'd feel like yelling into the void to talk over him.
Yeah, he's
a bit of a cunt. So, why do you pick Kanye over Pharrell? Should we go into that, or should we go to the next?
Do we want to cover into those? I mean, I feel like for me, it's pretty obvious he's the GOAT, and everyone knows how I feel about Kanye. And I never really liked Pharrell stuff, to be honest. Like, it's cool, I respect it absolutely, but it's just not for me.
Pharrell stuff,
not really. No, like. Some, not none of it, but it's all samey. The Neptune stuff is, Kanye is just.
It's clear cut.
Yeah, it's like Pharrell doesn't have the range Kanye has. Would be my argument.
No, I agree.
Fucking boom. All right, excellent.
Yeah. No, nothing to add. Nothing to add.
Nothing to add. No.
There you go. All right.
I had a feeling Dan would, reciprocate that your sentiments there. See, Feezy.
Are you going to answer too, or should it just be us and then it maybe?
I mean, shit. I'll chuck in my quick 2 cents. So I would also say,
okay.
So Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
Cardi B.
Nice one. Really?
Because
I can't stand Nicki Minaj.
Nicki, yeah, she's a fucking idiot, man. She raps well.
And it's horrible to listen to.
There you go.
That's
Cardi
really
is
funny.
hilarious.
So I've if anything, I maybe. Because I don't really know much about Cardi B. I don't know much of her music. I know more about Nicki. So I would have to pick Nicki, but I also really don't like either of them. So I'd probably take a drink to it.
All right. There you go. Get that in your face hole.
So I'm going to go impartial. So the next one, this is an album versus an album. I'm not doing a person. Illmatic or Reasonable Doubt?
Illmatic, because Reasonable Doubt has skips.
Ooh. I need to listen to both. I need to listen to both again.
Next week? That's your two.
Right.
Okay.
Illmatic Reasonable
So I'll
Doubt.
drink.
Cool. Okay, cool. H2 up. I also agree with C Feezy. Illmatic is like a non-stop amazing. I think like even though which came out first?
Illmatic 94,
right?
and Reasonable Doubt was 96.
Yeah. So I think I had more time to appreciate Illmatic, and I think like Reasonable Doubt was a little too a little too grown for me at the time when I was a little chitlin when that came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Illmatic definitely hits a little harder for me anyway.
Yeah.
I think
cool. Nice
next week we swap the drinks for tiny spoonful of hot sauce. That's what I'm saying.
You know what?
Tiny, you got good. We got some good shit here. So.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff.
Small, doesn't need to be. It just needs a little dab of.
Just a little like. Oh, you know what we should do is get like get a toothpick. You can get a toothpick prick of them because when you go to hot sauce.
Or like the small ice cream spoons, the tiny little plastic.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit on the edge.
Them things.
Okay, because then you do anything to not. You just make the decision.
Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about that. Okay, keep going.
Dr. Dre or Puff?
Dre.
What up?
I don't know why. Probably just I think this stuff is a little more classic. Puff had a lot. Dre was more lesser output but higher quality, where Puff was just throwing shit out, particularly with like the making the bands era and like
Puff just has way more shit songs.
Yeah, way more shit songs. There you go. Yeah. That's the way to say it. But he has some incredible shit.
Sure, he has some
but just overall, yeah.
What up? 100% like what you said, C. Amazing. And the other thing to add on what you said about Dr. Dre is that he's actually physically hands-on more than Puff ever was his entire career with physically making the beats.
Puff is a producer like I'm a producer.
A director. Like a director-producer.
I'm a director, which is what I am too. Like, I know what I want for the stuff.
That's the overall producer we can call
Dre is a composer. Like, you are a composer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a producer, but you're a composer.
Exactly right. I'm a composer. I'm a sampler. I'm a fucking all that kind of bullshit too. So same as Dre, but he's just like the level above Puff. He can't really. That shouldn't have been the same person, but I mean that shouldn't have been that comparison. But anyway, Dr. Dre wins that by.
Okay, this is good. We're all on the same page.
This
is good. I was never really sure because I've never thought about it, and I'm always in, like I said, by myself, yelling at my phone in the shower, being like, "Kanye, choose a Pharrell for you, fucking idiot!" Like, you know.
Yeah, sometimes those guys have funny reasonings. Okay, so Weezy or Drizzy?
Whoa,
Drizzy.
Weezy F baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Wayne because of historical reasons. Same reason
and hierarchy
too, but like obviously huge fans of Drake. So it's just Wayne impacted how we make music and stuff. I mean, you can argue probably Drake did too, but Wayne did it first.
Yeah, but also Wayne birthed Drake. Or not birthed him, but
he's the reason we know who he is. Yes,
of course.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
But Drake is the GOAT. So
yeah, and I also understand that too. And I feel like you weren't listening to Wayne in the 2007 or 6. Earlier. I was 2003.
Lollipop and shit.
So you caught it Carter 3 on.
Yeah.
So I caught him at the second album, which was 500 Degrees. So he had Block Is Hot, which was the shitty Cash Money sound where they all sounded the same and I hated it. And then I got sent.
It's hard to listen to.
Yeah, it's probably had to be from New Orleans to even care. And in 2003, I got sent when I was a music journalist. They sent it to me and I was like, fine, I'll listen to it because they send it, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is fire!" And just followed him from there. And it was So you caught him. It was that. What was it called? 500 Degrees, Carter, and then Carter 2, and then it came Lollipop. So it was like 3 solid albums before then. And then I got less interested because he started becoming more pop. I think we caught him in the rise stage,
and more auto tune and more like commercial and doing like weird collabs.
Yes, exactly, and like dropping like mixtapes. Yes, exactly. And the mixtape Weezy era was like around those albums, and he had the Drought 3 and all the Lil Louisiana and all that shit, Gangsta Grills and all that stuff in that same
timeless shit.
Period. Yeah,
No Ceilings.
Cool. No Ceilings was much later, I think. But
was it?
There was still a part of it that was a great one. Yeah, No Ceilings was great. Yes, keep going. Sorry.
Fucking boom, cunt. Mate, we love a good yap here on the old BH. So 2 Chainz or Titty Boy?
Oh, that's what they did. I like 2 Chainz. Titty Boy's the dumbest name of all time.
Who the hell was that?
That's his old name.
Oh, fuck off.
That's what he used to be called. But he said in the episode that it was like his. It must be based on his real name. It was like his nickname from his family.
Let me see his real name.
Yeah, this is Titty.
His real name is Tawheed K. X.
His name is Tawheed. So Titty. Sure.
That's like his nickname as a kid from his Dukes. Titty.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, 2 Chainz. Titty Boy was such a shit name, and he knew that it had to change. That's why he changed it. So I think,
and then he used to call himself he said something about how many. He said like Timmy Titty 2 Chainz.
Yes,
that was
that's
one
what
of the things he said as an ad lib in a song or whatever, and they took it from that. It's like
or just like a line he would say. He'd have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Titty 2 whips or something or whatever. Always like things like that, and then he just ran with that. Drop
the former. Yeah, so it's pretty good, man. Because like I love the whole. I love Atlanta. Period. But like the whole the southern drawl shit that he pulls out sometimes is fantastic, and it's way better as 2 Chainz because he slows things down. Like he's a better artist and is more developed and he's more evolved. And I think definitely 2 Chainz is the way. 2 Chainz is the way to go.
Yeah, good one.
It's a fancy cunt, and I dig that.
Fucking oath, mate. All right, love it. Is that it? Are there more?
No, there's heaps. I was taking a swig, buddy.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were pausing and I had to like do something. I was like, oh, okay.
No. Just having a swig. Just wetting the whistle, buddy. All right. So Scarface or Ice Cube?
Fire in it. Scarface.
Oh, old
like
school.
That. We went to
new school.
Yeah. I just love NWA so much. And yeah, Ice Cube's fucking sick.
I was thinking about him. I thought that question the other day because I listened to the Remy Ma episode, which is fantastic, as you said. I listened to everything you say that's good. Remy Ma was great. I really enjoyed that. And they asked the question again. Yeah, she's fantastic. She's really cool. She's cool as shit. I'd love if she was my friend. She makes me laugh so much. She's so New York. Give me a coffee. That like that.
Oh my God, she's so New York.
So funny. She's so gangster. I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I think the time from Kill It Will through like probably Predator, like that era Ice Cube, which was like the second, like I think it was America's Most Wanted, his first solo, and then it was Kill It Will, then it was like Death Certificate, Lethal Injection, Predator. So like I was kind of Kill It Will almost, and that one was huge to me. And but at the same token, I feel like he didn't really influence how I rap or anything like that. It was just cool ass music. Whereas I think Scarface influences how I make stuff more. That's the only reason though. But they're both fucking legendary fucking goats. Oh yeah. Fuck, sorry. I set myself up and failed. It's okay, we got it back.
All right, you can't. There's like 7 more left. Do
you want to save them for next week? Yeah, save them for next week.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep coming up and doing more. So we should do a bit of those and then Dan's questions. Boom, great one. That was fun. Yeah. And then hang on. And that was do your outro. I'll play a sound. And that was I don't know. And that was Quick Time with Noj.
I'm fine with you fucking no stoggity diglet. Yeah, mate.
There you go.
That was horrible.
Boom.
Right, good
love it. Beauty. All right, Daniel's questions.
All right, we'll just do controversial opinions.
Okay, and then we can save them for next week since we're already at hour 23.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Houston has the best rap scene.
For people in Texas?
Houston?
Yeah.
No, not in, like, no.
The only rapper I can think of from fucking Houston is Travis Scott.
Overall?
As an overall.
So this is like an unpopular opinion you said.
Yes.
Yeah. It's definitely unpopular for a reason, mate.
I agree.
I listened to a podcast series about Mogul. They did their first one was about Chris Lighty, and then they've done 2 other series. They did one on 2 Live Crew and they did one on DJ Screw. So I listened to the Screw one, which is Houston. So DJ Screw's from Houston, Lil Flip, Scarface, Ghetto Boys, all the mans. It was fascinating. It sounded, if you were there in the 90s when Screw was popping, you get the tapes and they had this thing and they're all drinking lean and listening to the slow shit and all how that came about. It's fucking incredible, but it's not for us. We didn't grow up with it. I don't understand it. We've been to Austin. I've been to Dallas as well. But I haven't been to Houston, so I don't know what it's like there. It sounds like there's a whole different culture because Austin feels like anywhere. And so what I saw in Dallas was like anywhere too. Just the city is cool as shit. But I just think we couldn't possibly understand it. And I think it's one of the most unique scenes. But is it the best? Like, I don't get it. I don't get the slang. I don't really get all the references. Dudes had to teach me when I went to. You didn't come to South by, but when I went in 2018, it was like. Everyone was teaching me stuff. I was around, like what a slab is, and like, because Bodega, shouts to Trav, Keynote, and Headcracker, they took me around, like the whole time, bring me VIP with them everywhere because they were performing and shit. So I was just like, all right, I was just tagging along. It was really cool. That was like, and just here, like they took us to the restaurant called Slab, which is a barbecue restaurant, but that's what they call the cars. They call it slabs. So it was called like slow, low, and banging is what that stood for his restaurant, because you do slow and low for a long time. You're cooking this meat so it like drips off the bone, and it's fucking phenomenal the food they gave. Drinking beers with them and eating these massive plates of like at like 10, 11 a.m. type of shit. It was so much for me, but it was really cool. So I feel like if you went to Houston and soaked it up, it would be lit. But yeah, it's this very unique ecosystem. That's all.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Here we go.
We're yapping tonight, fuck.
Here we go.
Pretty good still.
Yeah, same. I'm hungry.
Next one is same. Eminem has the best verse on Forever.
No. I think Drake has the best
No.
verse.
Yeah, it's Drake or Weezy. Yeah, probably Drake, actually. We've talked about this before on the podcast, I swear to God. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
It rings a bell.
Eminem, no. Do you reckon?
Nah, it's
Yeah,
it's between Drake and Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Okay, we're on the same page. Because I feel like Kanye's was like cool, but I don't think it was like the verse of the
No.
track.
It was good though. Okay, next one. Here we go. The Roots are skilled musicians, but are kind of boring.
Where are you getting this from? Reddit?
I'm getting this from Reddit.
Yeah, it's lit.
Get this from Reddit.
Okay. I've seen Roots 5 or 6 times, I think, in Melbourne and here, and probably. Did we see him? No. So I was telling my friend the other day, like, where did you and me went to the Metro? I went. You and Clint went in Melbourne.
Yeah.
I saw him.
I think it's 3 or 4 times. You might have seen him once more than me.
I went by myself to see him at Toronto Jazz Week, Jazz Festival, whatever, in like 2011. It was like an outdoor show, but it was paid outdoor show. I don't know if you and me saw him. I was thinking it the other day. Did they play in like in Atlanta or in South by or at CMJ or CMW, like one of those things? I couldn't remember.
I'm trying to think if they performed at the Toronto Jazz Fest, like they have it on Blur, like they had the TD Jazz Fest. They had like a whole thing. I think it was like, maybe it's like Blue and Exile and like Aloe Black and stuff. I'm trying to think of whether the Roots were there or not, because like it felt like they were. That was the vibe.
Okay. Well, either way.
Fest?
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Either way, though, like they are very cool live. I've seen them a bunch. They're actually playing Montreal, a free show for the Montreal Jazz Festival in July 9th. So,
interesting.
Yeah, Patty from Overhop was telling me. So that's our friend who runs a brewery, and the brewery even moved their anniversary party, so it doesn't coincide with that weekend because she wants to go so bad.
Wow.
Which is hilarious because she's never seen them before. So, are they boring? I always found their shows to be a little like, because we go there, and I'm going to see a rap show, but it's not. It's like a jam band show.
Yeah.
They're like. And it's very like you said, skilled musicians. If you want to see a rap show, like it's not your typical rap show. It's kind of like halfway between because they venture off and like, they'll do some maybe instrumental stuff and like they keep changing the beats all the time and shit. I don't think I'd say they're boring though, but I can see why someone would say that.
Okay.
I guess is all I'm trying to say. Do you feel that, Brad? No.
Say that again, mate.
Do you think they're boring?
What's boring? I'm so sorry.
That's okay. The Roots.
The Roots. Yo. Honestly, occasionally they have some sleepy songs, but overall, no. Sorry, I was just reading something from I was reading our quick Thomas Lime notes, to be honest. Like an asshole. Yeah. So, nah.
No. Okay.
Overall, no. Not boring. bangs with the roots. They have mad substance and quality. So much levels and variation to the instrumentation. Tariq Black Thought is like the god MC. He can do pretty much anything. Almost as versatile as like some motherfucker like Cameron that can do some like happy-go-lucky fucking some shit like rap on anything. I think the Roots pretty much are one of the most versatile bands in like hip hop, soul, funk ever.
All right, there we go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll do one more.
Yeah.
One more.
We're at 1:30. We're nice yapping for y'all tonight.
I know, right? Liquid Swords and OB4CL are way, way better than 36 Chambers.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah.
So Cuban Links, Liquid Swords, better than 36 Chambers. I think so. 36 Chambers is just like a classic because they got all 9 of them to actually do it, which got harder over the years. And then the beats were still sick, but they weren't as complex as like you can't compare some of like the basic shit on like 36 Chambers to like Ice Cream with these real deep samples. Like he was doing RZA mid-90s soul samples that Kanye revived. Like RZA was probably one of the first to do soul sample type shit. Not the first, one of the first. I think maybe Pete Rock, some of them type of cunts.
Pete Rock, yeah.
But I really feel like
number one soul brother.
Yeah,
Pete Rock.
There you go. So yeah, I would agree with that one.
Okay.
And it's no diss, but yeah, that's what it is.
I hear you.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right. So we'll have we'll got more questions, more quick time. I think it's kind of cool to almost break all these up a little bit. These are fun. These are great.
We'll get a hot sauce for next one.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
All right.
I'm down
for the fun. We'll talk about during the week.
I'm ready.
Oh yeah. So next Sunday is my birthday, so I don't want to film on my birthday usually. Probably don't. But we'll just do it on the Monday.
Oh yeah, we'll go on a Monday.
Yeah.
Or we can save it until it's live. But it's up to you.
Monday.
What do you mean?
As in, we could do a live one.
We could do a live one.
As in, just save it and then we'll do a live one.
That's an interesting thing. We could.
45 minutes strict fucking party episode getting lit.
Oh, you mean on the day? Or you saying you're saying on the Monday do it live instead of pre-record?
No, sorry, no, when we're in Toronto, I meant
do it together.
In person, sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Okay, yeah.
In person.
Oh, because when we're in Toronto, it's Easter Sunday. So we could film together during the day on Saturday, potentially. You got to work. We'll figure it out, the logistics. But we'll talk about that after. But Notion, where can everyone find you online?
Mate, at Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Ill Note Studios on Instagram and Facebook. NotionBeats.com. Holla at your motherfucking boy. Dan?
Dan Johnson on Instagram and Twitter. And HCFGXNYNG on Instagram. There you go.
Love it. Boom. Y'all can get me CEEFOR on Instagram and Twitter, and CTMF on Facebook and TikTok. Now we out here, we banging, man.
Dancing,
out here. Dancing, pointing.
Yes. No dancing.
Dancing. At Notion Baby on TikTok, motherfucker. Yo.
There you go. Follow. Yes, it's been good. I was going to talk about it today. Maybe I'll talk about it a bit more next week. But we've been spending a lot of time doing shit, and it's I'm appreciating it for what it is, and I think there's a way to do it. There's like a lot of opportunities there. There's a way to do it without being a corny ass bitch, because that's the problem. Everyone's corny as fuck. But if there is, I think it's gone beyond what I thought it was, which is actually something that Notion told me a while ago when I was shitting on it. So I just had a innate hatred for it. I just couldn't get over it, and then because we,
I feel you 1,000% with the same transition.
So okay, good. Well, you were right the whole time. So I just needed to see it eventually. So I feel like now there's a bunch of opportunities, particularly as Instagram's.
Thank Gary V.
Yeah, shouts to Gary. Shouts to Gary. Patience. Gary's the king. So, or he might even be considered. Yeah.
NFTs.
There was a NFT. Yeah, the Nima was on Extra Gravy podcast. I did a whole 2 hours. It wasn't 2 hours, probably like half that. But it was great. It was really cool to hear him talk like long form and what do you have to say? Smart kid. It's good shit. So we'll see you cunts next week. Get a dog.
Have a nice time.
Peace.
Yeah.
3 dogs.
3 dogs.
Thumbnail.
Oh shit. 4 dogs. Thumbnail. 4 dogs.
4 wolfies.
Oh shit. Ready?
Yeah, pose, mate.
Got it. Yeah. Woo! Shit.
Hey, just about
4 dogs.
That's a cunt.
You cunts are dogs. Don't be a dog cunt.